Morning everyone, welcome to Compliance Over Coffee. And this morning I wanted to talk to you about questions, a particular question that I get, that someone says to me, messages me on a call, says, I had training a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, do I have to have anything else? Is there anything else? And the answer is, yeah, of course. Simply because we operate in a sector that is regulated. And when you operate in regulated sectors, regulation sometimes changes, it gets updated, but more likely is that interpretation of aspects of that changes or is updated. Plus, don't forget, in our sector, that we have to have at least annual training, provable, in data protection and anti-money laundering. And what I say to people is, you can go online and you can do a free course in anti-money laundering. You can go online and pay a few pounds for it. But how does that help you if it isn't specific for your sector? How does it help you understand your sector? Because money laundering covers a myriad of sectors, from solicitors to accountants to finance advisors, banks, post office, building societies, estate agents, lettings agents, and of course, sourcing agents. So, you had training even a year ago. Interpretation and updates from HMRC are coming out 2 or 3 times a year now. So, let me just give you an example of changes that have been made. Updates that you should be aware of, and you should be adapting how you work. You should be adapting all of those risk assessments and controls and procedures that you have in place, don't you? To show that you understand how to assess a trust. So if you are working either with the seller or a buyer, that is a trust. Do you understand how you should be assessing them for your due diligence? What information to gather? Who are the key people that operate a trust? And they are not the same as a limited company. Also an LLP, limited liability partnership. Do you understand how to carry out due diligence and key aspects of proof that you need for such a thing? Have you got written into your documents when there is an LPA in place, how you proceed? And an LPA is a lasting power of attorney. Do you understand how to proceed if that's the case with the seller? Or if it's in probate, what evidence should you be gathering as due diligence for proof? All of these things have been clarified probably in the last 12 to 18 months by HMRC in one way or another. So it isn't a change in the legislation and regulation, it's merely an update as to what's expected. Do you monitor what fines are being issued? HMRC issue lists. Do you understand what those fines are for? And are you okay? Would you be covered if you were inspected? All of these things have to be kept up to date with. So having training once and then just thinking that you're fine forever and a day won't wash in our sector, because we are regulated. And more now we are being supervised. And this will only increase. So if you want longevity in your sourcing business, or obviously to avoid a heavy fine, you need to have that up-to-date understanding as to things that are changing, interpretations that are changing, what fines are being issued, what are they being issued for, do you understand what that means for you? Do you have to adapt or adopt new documents, new procedures, new controls? Do you have to edit? Do you have to update? Because trust me when I say that it's an ongoing process and something that we all have to monitor. So to answer the question at the top, the title, I've had training a while ago. Is there anything else that I need? Yes. You absolutely need to stay up to date on legislation and regulation, any changes, any new legislation, regulation that comes in, any changes in interpretation, and constantly monitor and check your risk assessments, your policies, controls, procedures, everything that you have to ensure that it is still ongoing and fit for purpose. It's absolutely key to you keeping your business at the top of that professional level in the sourcing sector. That's it for Compliance Over Coffee. There's one more thing that I have to mention to you. Our future-proofing your business webinars are on again. We ran one last month. We are running one again this month, and it is tonight. And after this is finished, Tony will bob the link for you to register for it in the thread below this video. Now, this will not be available as a recording. You have to attend. There is training in it, and it is up-to-date training. One of the ways of staying and keeping up to date on key topics, completely free of charge. Just pass your email on to us and you're registered. So it's this evening, it is 7 till 8. I usually keep it to an hour. There is an opportunity for Q&A at the end if you have any questions on anything sourcing or sourcing compliance related. So that's it for today. Have a fantastic weekend, and we will be back with you again next Thursday at the usual time, 8:30 in the morning. And I've got a new cup. I hope you can see what it says. It says, be kind, be happy. On that note, bye for now.